fantasize about being this scene. Bluegrass girl, but she got big dreams. Can't touch me, I got instincts. Locked in the house, but I'm plotting things. I brought a gang to the party with me. 5 white boys, but they not in sync. Fuck what y'all think. Fuck everything that you say about me. My dogs like to play Madden and 2K, but one thing they don't do is play about me. My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumpert. Now they on my bumper. Green room chock full of all my comforts. Hotel room like heaven on earth. Got angels in my bed with some all white covers. Ace Pro Nemo, Lucci and Kiso, Sloop Clay Tufo, and I got a few more I call my brothers. I got a lot of flows and they all like butter. Ooh, you know what that means. I came home nice, but I'm going back mean. I'm about to globe trot when they know a vaccine. Motherfuckers act lost, but they know exactly what's going on. Made a mill and I don't know when to blow it on. I tell a critic shut up like my show is on.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Hello, hello. Alright, I think we good. Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of NBA Nightcap, where we cap the games for the following day. Today is March 28th. We'll be capping March 29th games. So, as you guys know, we'll go ahead and start with the recap on today's picks. We went 2-1 for the day, plus one unit and 1.4 units. Can't talk right now, but finally we get a plus day that brings us to 331 and 274 overall for the season, up 51 units. And year to date we're 221 and 173, up 47 units. To start the recap, start from the bottom. We had the Spurs laying -7.5 on the road. We lost. This was our only loss for the day. 1 unit, man. Spurs were pretty much covering that whole game, and then at the second half they kind of fell off. Rockets started hitting some threes. The day we bet against the Rockets, Jalen Green and the boy Porter went off. Jalen Green's a baller though. I don't know why I didn't take his point props today. I've actually took that the past couple games in that cash, so I should have went back to the well. As far as was this the right read, I still think the Spurs were the right read here. Rockets have been losing by margin, and it shows in the recent body of work. Their last 7 losses, they've lost double digits. So I think this was just an outlier. I think we were on the right side. We just have to take the L there. The following game, we had Memphis laying 10 at home without Ja Morant, and this one was I was pretty confident in this play. Memphis pretty much handled their business the whole way through. A big reason why I like this pick so much is this was the last game on the road trip for the Warriors, which is usually a flat spot. Teams usually just want to go home on the last game of the road trip. Less motivation there, and this was the last game of the homestand for the Grizz, and that's why we liked them for a bet on spot. So combination of a fade spot for the Warriors and a bet on spot for the Grizz. Easy cash there. And then we had Boston at Toronto. This one, guys, I made this one official before the injury news, but to explain my reasoning is was to fade fade teams following a blowout win that's 30 points or more. We explained that the Raps were 0-2 ATS this season in the same situation, so now they're 0-3. And I just like the value getting points with the Boston team that has been playing out of their mind. Although they're missing their 2 stars, these guys, the supporting cast is motivated to take a step up. There's a theory there that you take the team that's missing their star players the first game, usually role players step up, and the line gets inflated by the public overreaction. So we took that angle there. It cashed for us. Luckily, the 4.5 cash. I know the +3's push, but hey, I'll take it. And that's it for the recap, guys. I'll try to make those as quick as we can. Really want to focus on the L's to see if we can learn anything. but a pretty good day overall. Good way to start the week. So moving on for tomorrow's slate, we have Chicago going into Washington. Chicago's laying -3 on the road, guys. I don't know about this one. I'll tell you this, guys. This is an official play for me. I got the Wizards +3. Don't want to make it official yet, but this is a strong lean. I'm actually gonna start waiting the next day to make my picks official, just because of these last minute injury news. If there's a line that I really think you should move on before the next day, I'll let you guys know. But this one here, I like the Wizards, and I think if we wait, maybe we give it a better line. The Wizards going into this game 30-42 ATS overall, 3-2 their last 5, 4-6 their last 10. They come off a couple big wins as an underdog. They beat Golden State. We backed them there at the +7 number. We did fade them against Detroit. They won that one straight up. So I think this Wizards team's actually been playing very well lately. Chris Burt's been going off. KP's been pretty nice. Rui's been nice. So some of these bench players have been stepping up without Kuzma. I'm not sure if Kuzma will return, but I really like what this Wizards team doing right now. I think they should continue to build the momentum here against a very vulnerable Chicago Bulls, who have been pretty terrible on the road. They go into this game 39-35 ATS, 2-3 the last 5, 3-7 their last 10. Chicago, they just played today, coming off a loss against New York. I know that game was pretty competitive the whole way, but New York seemed to pull through towards the end there, and you definitely knew I had no business. I want nothing to do with the New York Knicks. But in this spot here, I really like the Wizards. Let's see. This is the Bulls' 4th game in 6 nights, so they're gonna be pretty tired and fatigued. Bulls are 15-23 ATS on the road. Wizards are 4-1 ATS the last 5 home games, so the Wizards have been playing better at the house. This would be a double revenge game for the Wizards. This is the last game of the series, so we're catching Wizards, in really good form right now, and Chicago is really not. This is a pretty bad spot for them. This is the last game of the road trip for the Bulls, which is usually a fade spot. Similar situation with why we faded the Warriors today. It was our last game of the road trip, so we expect them to be a little flat. Just want to get back to the house. Wizards are ranked 7th in defensive efficiency the last 3 games. The Bulls are 24th in that span. So, I like this. I'm going back to the well with the Wizards here at the +3. But I'm going to wait to make this official because I think we could get a better line here. And who knows? One of the Bulls players may sit out. I wouldn't be shocked here on the back-to-back. So I wouldn't blame you if you want to take the Wizards line early. But I'm planning to make this like a 1.5 unit play. Let's see. What's up, Amar? What's up, HT? Spurs burned. Yeah, it was a brutal loss. I still think it was the right read, though. What site are you using to look at ATS numbers? I'm going to drop it in chat. There you go, man. Lakers starters are out. They're going to get flooded. Wiz match up well with the Bulls, but Wiz offense so ass. Chicago ain't a lot better. Yeah, I could see a lot of people going for the Bulls. A lot of probably square money will be on the Bulls, but for those who we've been betting games all season, we know the Bulls are terrible on the road, and this is just a really bad spot for them. Not only they're terrible on the road, this is their last game on the road trip on a back-to-back, so worst possible spot for them against the Wizards, who've been playing better as of late. So I'll take the Wizards there. And the public perception of the Wizards is probably they're still an ass team, which I think they are, but they're a little bit better since they picked up KP, I believe. So I like the Wizards here. I think there is value, them being home dogs. All right, moving on. We got Milwaukee Bucks. They are taking 1.5 going into Philadelphia. Philly in this game is they come into this game 36-37 ATS, 2-3 their last 5, 3-6-1 their last 10, coming off a loss against Phoenix. I think they were leading the first half of that game, and Phoenix has just been closing games really well and coming back from deficit. So can't really blame them for losing that one. Prior to that, they blew out the Clippers, beat the Lakers, beat Miami. They've been kind of zigzagging, right, as far as ATS coverage. So they didn't cover last game. So in theory, maybe they cover the next game. On the other hand, we got the Milwaukee Bucks coming in here 35-39 ATS, 3-2 their last 5, 7-3 their last 10. Milwaukee also coming off a loss. This one's pretty bad, man. They lose by 25 against the Memphis Grizzlies. And I mean, the Grizzlies could blow anybody out right now. This team is clicking, so I don't really blame them on that loss either. And my thoughts on Milwaukee this season is they kind of pick their spots where they want to play, and be motivated. Sometimes they play down to their competition. Again, these are the reigning NBA champions, so you are paying a premium to back these guys throughout the season. But I think the markets may have adjusted as they've been covering lately, with the combination of them being a little bit more motivated since it is getting close to the playoffs. In this spot, guys, I do like the Bucks, and I'm going to take the Bucks, not making it official just yet, but I'm going to take the Bucks probably for a 1-unit play. This is Sixers' 4th game in 7 nights. So Milwaukee does have the rest advantage, which at this point, as I mentioned in my other videos, is a very strong component of when we cap these games, is rest advantage and motivation. Those are the key things I want to target here. Bucks have been playing a lot better as of late. They're actually 3-0 ATS the last 3 games following a loss. So they've been playing better lately off the loss. This is a revenge game for the Bucks as they lost to Philly the last meeting. Injuries goes, I think Drew did not play the last game, so I actually don't. I'm not sure what the injury report looks like, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to wait to make this official tomorrow. But I like the Bucks in the spot, guys. I've offered embarrassing loss against Memphis, and I'm only saying it's embarrassing because you have a reigning champions losing by more than 20 points, right? So, and they had, that was their last game, so they had a couple days to settle, let that sink in. So they're going to be pretty pissed off here. I wouldn't mind anyone liking maybe the Bucks early at first half, but I think they should be able to take this one. You're getting points with the really good team, probably one of the best in the East right now, and this is going to be a playoff atmosphere. So maybe it'll be tight, but I think Milwaukee could pull it away by the time the buzzer ends, because Philly, again, 4th game in 7 nights. Milwaukee has the rest advantage. So we're gonna go with the Bucks here, and let's move on, guys. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, those are the only 2 plays that I like for tomorrow. Tomorrow's slate wasn't too enticing for me. I almost didn't want to play this game because I was thinking it might be tight, but I kind of like it just because of the revenge angle. Milwaukee coming off a big loss, and the rest advantage piece. So the following game, we could quickly brush through these because I didn't really go deep into these games. So I'll let you know what my thoughts, and maybe if I lean one way or the other. We have Lakers going into Dallas. I think Dallas is laying 11.5. So I think someone in chat said that there's a lot of Lakers players sitting. Man, I thought they were all playing. The line still made sense to me. Let's see what's going on in chat. Guess Paul George questionable. What? Really? That's crazy. PG is back. That's gonna be crazy. I guess they need him back, man. They need to win a couple of these last games. James says all 3 should be back. Chris, Giannis, Drew. Okay. Yeah. I like the Bucks even more, man. If Bucks full strength, because I know Drew is huge for this team, guys. Drew has made some clutch defensive plays, like in clutch moments, like in the 4th quarter, and they need Drew out there, especially, man, if it comes close, being a close game. I really like the Bucks at that price. Honestly, it's a really good price. I'm not a true believer with the Sixers and Harden. I did mention that the Sixers did beat the Bucks, and that was without Harden. So we'll see what happens with Harden in the rotation for this game, guys. I can't lean either way. I think 11 is a lot of points to lay with Dallas. But they should beat the Lakers, man. Lakers are just they were smacking New Orleans. I watched that game, and they had a lead at the half, and what do you guys know? Lakers just blew it all away, end up losing by 8 and not covering. So, man, if if you back the Lakers that game, I feel you probably haven't bet them many times this season, because that's kind of what they do. I really got nothing on this game, guys. Not sure if we want to break it down any further, but I forgot to mention, I do want to mention the tickets and money. I'm not sure if we'll have a large enough sample size at this point for a lot of these games, but going back to the Bulls and Wizards, Bulls hold 79% of the tickets and 58% of the money. So a lot of tickets on the Bulls as of now, probably small sample size, but Wizards are getting a lot of love as far as the money goes. Wizards hold 42% of the money, but only 21% of tickets. For the Bucks Sixers game, looks like it's 50% on the tickets, but Sixers are holding 60% of the money. So a little bit more of the money's on the Sixers as of now, guys. We don't really know how many tickets are placed at this time, so I wouldn't give too much weight on that. I just like to mention those numbers, kind of give you an initial thought where everyone's going. Okay, let's skip this. I got nothing else to say on this game, guys. I mean, I wouldn't bet it, honestly. There's like, I think all the other games are a lot better to bet than this one. We got Detroit Pistons going into Brooklyn. Brooklyn is laying 13 at home. Man, I've gotten burnt by Brooklyn too many times the past couple games, man. A couple of max plays got me, and I must admit, the last max play we had the Nets, and I have to admit that was a bad read, and that was the wrong side, because Hornets had the rest advantage, and Brooklyn was on a back-to-back, and they're going against a team that likes to run, so big advantage for Hornets there. And you could tell Brooklyn, all shots were flat. They're tired. For this game, guys, couple of stats here. This would be the Nets' third game in 4 nights, so rest advantage not really helping them there. This is the Pistons' first game on the road following a homestand, which is typically a fade spot for me. So there's a bunch of counter narratives here. They're both played on the same day, so they have equal rest, but I think Brooklyn has played more games within a shorter amount of time. So if I were to had to force a play here, guys, I would probably lean Detroit. This is just too many points, and Detroit's been scrappy, so but complete stay away from me. As far as injuries go, I don't know about this game. And as far as tickets and money, we got 61% of the tickets on the Pistons, 85% of the money. So a lot of big bettors like the Pistons early. Probably want to get that line, because maybe the Pistons will be public dog tomorrow, which is not always good. Public dogs are not good. Let's look at the next game, guys. I think this is the last one on the slate. We got Utah going into LA, and Utah is taking a point. And someone mentioned PG is questionable. That's interesting. If he's questionable, that leads me to believe he's probably going to play, guys, because he's been out for a while. So if he's tagged as questionable, it's just a matter of how he feels at the warm-ups, right? I feel like he's going to play. So if you like the Clippers, and what my man's saying is true, that he's questionable, maybe take the Clippers early. A couple of notes I took on this game is this is the Jazz last game of a road trip, which is typically a fade spot. As I mentioned earlier with the Bulls, they're kind of in the same situation. The Warriors today, we faded them in the same situation in that cash. But typically, sometimes when the team's been losing on the road trip, the last game is sometimes they're motivated to win that last one on the road since they've been losing most of the trip. So sometimes it could go the other way where it's sometimes a bet on. It just really depends how the road trip has gone. And Utah has just been they're actually 1-4 on this road trip, and it's a long road trip. It's a brutal one. 1-4 straight up, 1-4 ATS. This would be a double revenge for the Clippers as the Jazz have beat them twice this series. To me, this is a pretty easy stay away. I would lean the Jazz because a lot of the Clipper players are on restricted minutes for the rest of the season. That includes Reggie Jackson, Morris. There was another player too. So, it's kind of reminds me of the Warriors. They're I don't know. Clippers are not in a position to just throw it in. I think they need a couple wins. So, their schedule's been brutal. So I could see why they're on restricted minutes. There's no as far as injury goes. Gobert, Whiteside, they didn't play last game. If you like the Jazz, they need Gobert in there, guys. Let's be real with it. Without Gobert, dude, this Jazz is a different team. So I don't know his status. I would imagine they sat out due to rest. But I lean the Jazz here, guys. I really can't trust the Clippers. They've dropped their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 3 within double digits. I've been kind of selling this team too. I don't believe in them. I think they were kind of overvalued when they were on this little ATS streak, and then I've been selling them ever since. But you can't trust this Utah Jazz team either, guys. These guys are fraudulent. So easy stay away from me. Amars likes the Clippers. He says lock it. Jazz are poverty right now, 100%. PG will be 15-minute restriction. Is that for real? I think 15 minutes is still good. I mean, with PG in there, but who knows how effective he's gonna be coming off a long injury. Usually want to fade the team that has a star player coming back. Usually want to fade the team there. As far as tickets and money goes, guys, Jazz they're holding 64% of the tickets and 88% of the money. So a lot of money. And again, this is small sample size. We'll get some more accurate numbers tomorrow, but right now a lot of the early bettors are liking the Jazz at the current number. National TV Clippers are at home. What are we doing here? Take Clippers money line. Line is all over Clippers. Yeah. I mean, this opened up. What was the opening? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I say lean Jazz, but it's not like a strong lean, guys. But the line opened at +1.5 Clippers. So yeah, a lot. That's so weird. It's early money on Jazz, but the Clippers are at -1. I think that's got to be due to the PG news. The line probably opened without that news, and with the news, it's probably why it moved. I don't know. This is a pretty easy stay away from me, guys. So just to recap, my leans tomorrow that are most likely going to be officials. I got the Bucks +1.5. It's going to be a 1-unit play for me once I make it official tomorrow. Reason being, the Sixers' 4th game in 7 nights. I think Bucks have been playing a lot better of late. They're 3-0 ATS last 3 games following a loss. Revenge game for the Bucks and a full healthy squad. So I mentioned in chat, Drew's coming back. They got Middleton, Giannis. I think these boys will be ready. And then we have Wizards +3. I'm planning to make this a 1.5-unit play. but I'm definitely going to wait because I think we could get a better line for this one. Reasoning here, we have the Bulls, 4th game in 6 nights. Bulls are 15-23 ATS on the road. Wizards are 4-1 ATS last 5 at home. Double revenge for the Wizards. And last game of a road trip is a plus EV fade spot. And that is the situation the Bulls are in. This is their last game of the road trip. So not only they're back-to-back last game of the road trip, and they're terrible on the road already, and this is double revenge for Wizards. Oh man, there's so many reasons here why I like the Wizards. Wizards are ranked 7th in defensive efficiency last 3 games. Bulls are 24th in that span. I might be talking myself into a max play, guys, but I try not to put max play on bad teams. So this is most likely a 1.5 unit play, and I can still see the public be on the Bulls a lot. Probably a lot of square money on the Bulls tomorrow. So maybe we get a better price here with the Wizards. Still perceived as a really bad team, and I think they still hold one of the worst ATS records for the season. So that's all I got, guys. We will be back tomorrow. No day stream tomorrow. It's either like I'll do a night stream or I'll do the day stream. I typically won't do both. If you guys like the day stream better, it would be a shorter stream. Or if you like the night stream, just let me know. Just some feedback. I had a day stream earlier today for today's slate because I didn't have a night stream yesterday. So just kind of testing it out. Let me know what you guys think. Otherwise, guys, good luck. Look out on the Twitter and the Reddit. That's where I post all my official plays. We had a good start to the week, plus units for today. So let's hopefully we could maybe get a streak going. And just remember, guys, bet responsibly. Just take this information and ultimately make your own decisions. So just all here to help each other out and be better handicappers. So appreciate y'all. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.